Good day, doctor. My name is Teo Yeen Chee with metric number 292861. Today, I would like to present about what drives UUM students' demand for food delivery service. Now, let us look at introduction. At here, there will be three items that we will discuss about, which are problem statements, research questions, and research objectives. Now, let us look at problem statement. The study explored the economic factors driving the rise in food delivery service among University Utara Malaysia students. It finds that 79% use GrabFood and 76% use Foodpanda, with convenience and time-saving benefits being key factors. This may negatively impact students' health, financial stability, and academic performance, especially for lower-income students. The study aims to understand the factors influencing students' choice, including price, income, and utility level, to promote financial awareness. Let us move to the research questions and research objective. For the research question, the first is, what are the demographic characteristic features of students who use food delivery service at UM? For the second is, to what extent do gender difference affect the price factor, income factor, and utility factor in determining demand for the food delivery service among students of UM? For the third is, whether different monthly allowance determine the price factor, income factor, and utility factor that decided the demand for the food delivery service among the UEM students. For the fourth is, does price factor, income factor, and utility factor significantly correlated with demand for food delivery service among UEM students? For the research objective, the first is to identify the demographic characteristic of the students at UM who use food delivery service. For the second is to examine whether different genders affect the price of food delivery service, income allowance, and utility factor in determining demand for food delivery service among UM students. For the third is to analyze how different primary sources of financial support influence the price of food delivery service, income allowance, and utility factors in determining the demand for food delivery service among UUM students. For the last one is to investigate the relationship between price, income, and utility with the demand for food delivery service among UUM students. Next, let us look at the literature review. At this section, there are a few journals or articles that have been used. It is because these journals and articles are important and also useful for me to do this research. Each and every factors has been used at least 2 or 3 journals or articles to support this factor. For the first factor is price factor. According to Wee Ta and Chiok 1999, price significantly influences online purchase, especially affordability and perceived value. Price sensitivity affects customers' propensity to use service. College students, often on tight budgets, are highly sensitive to discounts, potentially increase demand for food delivery service. For the second is income factor. Wu et al. 2022 discovered that income levels significantly impact demand for online food delivery service, with higher income individuals more likely to use these services despite rising costs. For the third factor is utility. The study by Ray Hui et al. 2021 reveals that Malaysian university students' online meal delivery preferences are influenced by food variety, price, and special offers. Now, let us move on to the research method. This study utilized primary data and secondary data to gather data on the demand for food delivery service among University Utara Malaysia students, which is from College of Business (COB), College of Arts and Science (CHAS), and College of Law, Government and International Studies (COGIS). An online questionnaire was distributed to respondents via social media platforms. The data was analyzed to determine the relationship between the demand for food delivery service and 3 independent variables. Now, let us move to the data analysis. At this section, there will be 6 items that we will discuss about, which are demographic background, descriptive statistic, independent sample t-test, one-way ANOVA, and multiple regression. For demographic background, there are 6 variables that have been recorded, which are gender, age, faculty, current year of study, primary source of financial support, and monthly allowance. Each of every variable has different category, frequency, and percentage. For gender, the highest category record is female, with the frequency is 118, with the percentage is 65.6%. For age, the highest category record is 22 to 24 years old, with the frequency is 135. Respondents with the percentage is 75%. For faculty, the highest category record is College of Business (COB), with the frequency is 107 respondents, yet for the percentage is 59.4%. For current year of study, the highest category record is Year 3, with the frequency is 109 respondents, with the percentage is 60.6%. For primary source of financial support, the highest category record is PTPTN, with the frequency is 102 respondents, with the percentage is 56.7%. Last but not least is for the monthly allowance. The highest category record is RN 401 to RN 500, with the frequency is 63 respondents, with the percentage 35%. For the second part is descriptive statistic. The research on 180 respondents' food delivery service intake shows average score below 5, with a range of 3.7817 to 3.9928. The standard deviation ranged from 0.62273 to 0.79794, indicating acceptable variability. The highest standard deviation is demand for food delivery service, while the lowest is for price factor. To get this result, we were using SPSS Fusion 25 to test the independent sample t-test in order to meet the second objective. Now let us continue with the third part, which is independent sample t-test. For the first factor is price factor. The t-test result shows that there is no significant difference in price factor for the demand for food delivery service among UN students between genders, with the p-value is 0.484, which is larger than 0.1. This supports Wee, Ta, and Chok 1999 finding that price is a clear factor affecting buyers' decisions to purchase goods and services online, regardless of gender, indicating that HO should not be rejected. For the second is income or allowance factor. The t-test analysis reveals that there is no significant difference in income allowance factor for the demand for food delivery service among UN students between genders, with a p-value of 0.544, which is greater than the significance level of 0.1. This supports BOO ETAL 2022 finding that income level influences the frequency and probability of using online food delivery service, not gender. Therefore, HO should not be rejected. For the third is utility factor. The t-test analysis also reveals that there is no significant difference in the utility factor for demand for the food delivery service among UN students between genders, with a p-value of 0.953. This supports Rahil ETAL 2021 finding that students prefer service with timely meals and other factors like perceived value, availability, and ease of use influence their meal delivery choice. Therefore, HO also should not be rejected. Now, let us continue with the one-way ANOVA. The study used one-way ANOVA analysis to examine the relationship between primary source of financial support like parents, PTPTN, JPN, and MARA on the price, income, and utility factors for the demand of food delivery service among US students. Below the pictures are the results for one-way ANOVA. The result indicated that there is a significant difference in price factor for the demand for food delivery service across for different primary sources of financial support among US students, with a p-value of 0.045. The study reveals students are highly sensitive to sales, discount, delivery, and cheap meal package due to their strict budget rather than financial support. Therefore, HO should be rejected. For the income allowance factor, the ANOVA test results show there is no significant difference in income allowance factor for demand for food delivery service among US students, with a p-value of 0.101. Ala Petiche et al. 2021 suggests that as income increases, people are shifting their food purchasing habits from physical stores to online platforms like food delivery apps. Therefore, HO should not be rejected. For the last factor, which is utility factor, the ANOVA test results show there is no significant difference in utility factor for food delivery service demand among US students, with a p-value of 0.352. This is supported by Lee et al. 2024, which suggests convenience, trust, and perceived ease of use are key drivers of consumer behavior towards food delivery platforms, potentially impacting the demand for financial support. Therefore, HO should not be rejected. For the last part is multiple regression analysis. Multiple regression is conducted to show the contribution of independent variables, which are price factor, income allowance factor, and utility factor in influencing the dependent variable, which is the demand for food delivery service. Below the picture shows the result of multiple regression with the R-square is 0.492, F-test is 56.8, and for the R is 0.701. The study found that price, income, and utility factors explain 49.2% of demand food delivery service variance with a significant relationship between the variables as indicated by the ANOVA table and F-test results. The price factor has a significant relationship with the demand for food delivery service among US students, as evidenced by a p-value of 0.089, indicating a strong correlation. Thus, this does support hypothesis 1 that states there is a significant relationship between price factor and demand for food delivery service among US students. Not only that, the income and utility factors also have a significant impact on the demand for food delivery service with a significant value of 0.006 and 0.000 respectively, indicating a p-value below 0.1. Thus, this does support the hypothesis 2 and hypothesis 3 that states there is a significant relationship between income factor and demand for food delivery service among US students, and there is a significant relationship between utility factor and demand for food delivery service among US students. The study reveals that utility factor has the strongest impact on food delivery service demand, with a 1 unit increase in utility factor resulting in a 0.818 unit increase in demand despite other factors remaining constant. Last and not least is for the conclusion. In summary, the study investigates the relationship between price, income, and utility characteristics and food delivery service demand among University Utara Malaysia students. Using statistical techniques, 180 respondents were surveyed. The research aimed to improve understanding of factors influencing demand, raise financial awareness, and encourage sensible usage of food delivery service. So that's all for my presentation. Thank you.